that no fighter should do.
He was an accident waiting to happen. He became a mob fighter.
Sonny Liston belongs among the 5 greatest heavyweights of all time.
From the outside, his was a
The following is a special presentation of HBO Sports.
How long is 1 second? 1/60th of a minute? 1/3600th of an hour? 1/86,400th of a day. This is 1 second. In a second, you can win a game. Win a race.
Here's the line. Oh, too close to call.
And lose the most coveted title in sports.
And he's down again and in serious trouble.
Last year, it took only seconds for Lennox Lewis and Michael Moorer to become former heavyweight champions of the world. In September, a controversial second-round stoppage marked the first defeat of Lennox Lewis's career against lightly regarded challenger Oliver McCall.
7, 8, 9. What is this? The WBC's referee has stopped this fight.
6 weeks later, Michael Moorer was the victim of one of the greatest upsets in boxing history.
Down goes Moore on a right hand. An unbelievably close-in right hand shot. Oh, it happened. It happened.
Tonight, Lennox Lewis and Michael Moorer make their first returns to the ring in their separate quests to regain pieces of the World Heavyweight Championship. So the next time someone asks you,
Pardon me, do you have a second?
just remember that anything can happen. Tonight, live from the Orco Arena in Sacramento, California, HBO Sports presents a heavyweight doubleheader edition of World Championship Boxing, featuring 2 former champions in their first returns to the ring. Michael Moorer will take on Melvin Foster, and Lennox Lewis against Lionel Butler. The second of the 2 bouts is scheduled for 12 rounds in the arena in which the Sacramento Kings play their home NBA schedule. A pretty good crowd turns out with this heavyweight doubleheader, which brings 2 former champions back to the ring for the first time since their knockout losses in 1994. Hello again, everybody. I'm Jim Lampley. Welcome back to HBO's World Championship Boxing as we get ready to check in on the present and the future for 2 former heavyweight champions, Lennox Lewis and Michael Moorer. Working with me, as always, HBO boxing analyst Larry Merchant. We're going to see Moorer first, Lennox Lewis later on this evening, Larry, against Lionel Butler, and in the wake of Lewis's second-round stoppage loss to McCall last fall. Why in the world would he choose for his first comeback opponent a guy who has 17 straight knockouts of his own?
Primarily because both fighters have been promised that the winner tonight will get the next shot at Oliver McCall, who dethroned Lewis. But keep in mind that the corrupt WBC made that promise. Only this week, it named Mike Tyson, who hasn't fought in nearly 4 years, as its top contender. For Lewis, this is sort of like the kid who falls off the horse and is encouraged to immediately get back on. If he shows he can handle a puncher like Butler, it will go a long way to proving that he hasn't been spooked by that knockout. The question at this very moment is whether there will be a Butler to handle. The promoters have taken the very unusual step, because they consider Butler to be at least unreliable, of taking out a $10,000 insurance policy in the form of this backup fighter, Ray Annis, just in case Butler himself somehow gets spooked and decides this is one Butler who doesn't want to do it. It's a new one on me, Jim.
And while Lewis comes back against the relatively tough Lionel Butler, Michael Moorer, who was originally scheduled to fight a man named Tim Puller, saw Puller fall out of the bout because of a broken metacarpal, and within the past week, a substitute opponent has been thrown in. His name is Melvin Foster, so Moorer appears on paper to have by far the easier assignment tonight as he makes his first appearance in the ring since he was knocked out November 5 by the third member of our commentary team, making his dramatic return tonight as a best-selling author with his brand new book, By George, no doubt already dominating bookstore sales. George, welcome back. A lot of people would say that you showed Moorer's weak chin with your 10th round knockout of him. Does he have to change anything to succeed in the future?
Not at all. You know, I've been boxing ever since 1966, and I've knocked out a lot of people. So to get dropped by George Foreman isn't an insult at all. This guy has a strong chin. He was able to absorb some earlier punching power that I had, and he took it like a man. So he has no weak chin by any count. Now, he's just got to forget the past, go toward the future. He has a bright future. Just don't even think about what happened yesterday.
Larry points out that Lewis has a tough assignment tonight in Lionel Butler. The casual fan would say of Melvin Foster, if he examined his record, well, this is an easy opponent. He probably can't hurt Moorer. Is this the way to do it?
Well, you think about Lennox Lewis. This guy is an Olympic gold medalist. He's been around the corner many times. He's got this power and long left jab. I think he can handle about anybody right now. And this loss probably helped him a lot more than it will hurt him. Some of the greatest fighters in the world has had defeats. How they came back, they did come back. Lennox Lewis should do it equally as good.
All right, we'll be seeing Lewis later on this evening, but first it's Michael Lee Moorer against Melvin Foster, who, as we mentioned, was thrown in at the last minute as a substitute opponent, replacing Tim Puller. You've seen Moorer before. You know about his charismatic relationship with the memorable trainer, Teddy Atlas. Michael Moorer entered the ring last November to defend his heavyweight title against George Foreman. He was on top of the world, young, unbeaten, seemingly in control of his destiny. But how would he respond to the 45-year-old challenger's psychological warfare as Foreman attempted to become history's oldest heavyweight champion?
Tell Michael Moorer that, convince him that. Tell him what I am. Tell him what I want to be then. What am I going to be? What am I going to be on the fifth end? If I'm not going to be the preacher, what am I going to be, the devil?
While Moorer seized tactical command of the fight, doing as he pleased against the lumbering, plodding grandfather, his trainer, Teddy Atlas, grew increasingly agitated.
All right, I want you to move to your right, where you're moving away from his right hand, because that's what he's looking to sneak punch you with. Every once in a while, you stop. Move to your right, away from his right hand. All right? You hear me?
I think he had tasted some of his punches earlier, and Michael took them real well. And he started to take things for granted a little bit.
Teddy Atlas, between rounds, told Moorer to move to his right, but he had better get Moorer's attention because he's moving exactly the opposite way.
And he set Michael up by letting him come into his distance and throwing a soft jab to make Michael feel comfortable that he could stay in that range. It wasn't dangerous, where he shouldn't have been at that range.
I have a sense here, Gil, that Moorer feels as though he has felt Foreman's power and it's not going to hurt him. That could be a big mistake. As the champion appeared to move closer and closer to a unanimous decision victory, the far wiser and more experienced challenger was indeed setting him up for the kill.
There's no reason for you to stand there and let him find you. Either step out or move to the side, all right?
I felt comfortable in doing what I was doing. It had nothing to do with Teddy and what he was telling me to do. There was a couple times in the fight where I tried to move to my right, but I felt more comfortable going to my left. It didn't matter if I was going into his right hand.
When he's touching you with that jab, either snap the jab back at him or move to the side. Don't stay there because he's looking to set you up one shot.
I don't think we left the ring
one day in camp without having gone over and making notice that we don't want to get hit with that sneaky right hand behind the jab.
Down goes Moore on a right hand. An unbelievably close-in right hand shot. It happened. It happened.
Continually ignoring his trainer's advice and falling into Foreman's trap, Michael Moorer found himself flat on his back. Moorer to this day refuses to believe he was tricked into anything.
I was beating George every round. Understand that. He caught me with a punch that I didn't see. Those are the punches that hurt you. I got caught with a punch I didn't see, and I went down.
Soon after the loss, Moorer announced retirement. Atlas convinced him to change his mind. As he steps back into the ring for the first time since the knockout, the boxing world waits to see if Moorer has what it takes to regain a title.
If I wasn't a strong-minded person, I probably would have lost confidence. I saw a lot of people end up being so bad after a loss because they can't deal with the loss. This is a game the best have lost.
Whether he can deal with the loss and eventually be remembered as one of the best remains to be seen. But even the trainer whose voice he ignored has refused to walk away.
He gave me the heavyweight championship of the world because he lost his first defense, even though he was way ahead, and he didn't do everything the way we planned it. I should abandon him. Then I'd be full of crap. You don't do those things.
Together, Michael Moorer and Teddy Atlas move forward. This time, if the fighter is going to be champion again, you suspect he cannot let the trainer's voice fall on deaf ears. And now with Atlas in front of him, Moorer prepares to re-enter the ring exactly half a year since his knockout loss to Foreman.
Nobody is more disappointed than me, Jim, that Tim Puller, the Hebrew Hammer, pulled out of his fight, because I had some great stories to tell about Max Baer, who was heavyweight champion 60 years ago and retired here in Sacramento, who was part Jewish.
Well, I guess those stories will have to await another telecast, Larry. In the meantime, Moorer comes into the ring. We show you his record. He was an unbeaten fighter when he went in against Foreman 6 months ago. So still 35 wins, 1 loss, 30 KOs of his own. He has not been the devastating puncher as a heavyweight that he was as a light heavyweight and a cruiserweight, but he still packs quite a wallop, particularly in that right hand. The opponent, Melvin Foster, a throw-in this week in place of Tim Fuller. He fought as recently as April 28th, an 8-round TKO over Mike Dixon. That's just 15 days ago. And so consequently, he's had a lot of activity as he comes in on short notice for this one.
And many years and pounds ago, Foster and Moorer fought in the amateurs as middleweights.
Indeed, Foster, a former National Golden Gloves middleweight champion. You see how busy he's been this year with victories in the past 2 months over the veteran Carl "The Truth" Williams and another vet, Mike Dixon, and now he gets his chance to go against Moorer. 19 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw for Melvin Foster. Tail of the tape. And in just a moment, you'll be seeing the tail of the tape. You look at that record for Foster, and he has 14 knockouts, describes himself as a boxer puncher, but is not regarded as a heavy power puncher. So that's a category in which Moorer is expected to have the advantage tonight. And tail of the tape. And you can see that Moorer gives up 6.5 pounds to Foster, who weighs 228. Moorer with the edge in reach and a 3-inch height advantage. Michael is 27 years old. He ought to be just about in his prime. Punch stat numbers, Larry.
We see just how active and accurate Michael Moorer is. And with his jab, even more so. That heavy right-hand jab is the weapon that wins for him.
Rules of the bout with our unofficial ringside scorer, Harold Letterman.
The Michael Moorer Melvin Foster fight is scheduled for 10 rounds. There is no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rules. The doctor or the referee can stop the fight, and you can be saved by the bell in the last round only. Jim.
All right, thanks, Harold. Now let's go up to ring announcer Jim Hall for the pre-fight introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the entertainment capital of Northern California, the Arco Arena. Main events and fight night in association with Don Jargon Productions, along with your undisputed, undefeated king of beers, Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Present 10 rounds of boxing in the heavyweight division. This bout is sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission. The scoring for tonight's bout will be done on the 10-point must system. The 3 judges assigned at ringside are Dave Nelson, John Shorley, and Marshall Walker. And when the bell rings, the man in charge of the action is referee Terry Smith. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Sacramento, California, introducing first in the blue corner, wearing the blue trimmed in gold. He weighed in at 228 pounds. His professional record is 19 wins, 1 loss and 1 draw, with 14 big wins by knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, from Washington, D.C., introducing Melvin Foster. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, wearing green, he weighed in at 221.5 pounds. His professional record is 35 wins against 1 loss, with 30 big wins by knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, from Monessen, Michigan, presenting the former heavyweight champion of the world, Michael Moorer.
For the corner, you've already had your instructions. Just make sure we get a clean fight. Touch gloves, come out fighting. Good luck to both of you.
Jim, you never know how a fighter is going to respond to losing the first time, to being knocked out the first time, to losing a championship. Let's see what Michael Moorer does.
Well, if he's dramatically different, who better to tell us that than the man who fought him last? So, George, you've gotten a close-up look at Moorer. If you see something unusual, be sure to let us know in a hurry. Moorer starts out trying to go to Foster's ample midsection with a left hand.
Now, Michael Moorer, what he's got to be careful of is this guy out-gaming him and making the crowd get into the fight. And that can throw you back to what happened back in Las Vegas. But if the crowd stay out of it, he's the same old Michael Moorer, and look to expect the same thing he's done his whole career.
Pretty effective technician, likes to work off the jab, and the jab is one of his better weapons.
That's right. And what was able to happen in Las Vegas, the crowd jumped into it. You don't want the crowd jumping into your matches. Floyd Patterson was knocked out a lot harder than he was. He came back better.
He was fighting Foreman in Vegas, and he's fighting Foster tonight, but it's not Bob Foster.
Michael Moorer is getting really relaxed. This time he was able to slip left and right. That shows that he's not afraid of punches. When you're scared, you jump back.
Hard right hand shot by Moorer up the middle against Foster. Foster a little bit quicker than his body type might at first lead you to believe.
Now Foster's going to the body.
Okay, break, step back.
What did you find when you punched Moorer to the body?
Well, I have to, because I'm a puncher, I've got to invest certain punches down to the body. So when I do knock them down, they don't get up. Now, Moorer, for different reasons, he's trying to get some points and at the same time take power out of the guy. I wanted to make sure once I get a knockdown.
Hard uppercut in there by Moorer.
Moore's balance is great.
Hard left-hand shot to the body by Moorer. Foster steps back and winces just a little bit. Foster trying to land a counter right hand over the top, but Michael Moore has been in charge of this first round with his excellent jab.
And because Michael Moore was a great light heavyweight, he's going to find the height that Foster is beneficial to him.
Blood trickling from Foster's mouth, indicating that Moore has already been able to get to him with a couple of those power shots. Round one coming to a close, and so far little to lead you to believe that Moore faces any big problems tonight against Melvin Foster.
You know what? Keep it up. Give me the one. Keep it up. And the hardest part is gone. Now keep your concentration, no laxing. You hear me? Well, I want to get even better, but the hardest part is gone. The first round, it's all real. It's all stuff we've done before. We're good. Right or wrong? Okay. Now listen, keep using that jab. It's disruptive. The difference in experience and strength is very evident. The only favor you could do is let him swallow some. If you let him get a free ride, keep hitting him with that jab. Be aware of your distance. Keep hitting him with that hard jab. No opposing, all right? And when you inside work the body, you hurt him in the body. And don't work just one. Put them together. And come right back with that jab and start closing the gap. When he's bouncing, step in with that jab.
He's good, man. Don't lose no round. We can't afford to lose now. Get going.
You may have recognized trainer Victor Valle in Foster's corner. Remember him from the days when Jerry Cooney was a heavyweight contender. And we heard Teddy Atlas say to Moore, the hard part is over, George. What about that first round after the knockout
That's right. Your initial reintroduction after not being champ of the world and losing, you're back into the Mr. thing. He's in the mix now. That was the hardest part, to make that step back into the ring. That Teddy Atlas is pretty smart. Melvin Foster may have been watching too much of George Foreman, Michael Moore, because he thinks he's going to win this thing by knockout. You got to get out there and pile up points at the same time.
Foster threw 50 jabs in the first round. By punch stat numbers, he landed 3. Count them, 3. A 6% connect percentage on the jab. He just can't reach him so far.
George, you think every fighter now is going to try to set up Moore for that right hand?
That's what he's trying to do right now. He's dependent upon a knockout shot to hurt him. You got to remember, Michael Moore in the fight with Foreman was ahead on points.
Yeah, well, the fighter who tries that's going to have to be able to take the kind of shots that you did, George.
That's right, because he was putting in some blistering shots all along.
Well, that brings up a great point. You take a punch about as well as any man. So tell us about Moore's punching power. Is he heavy-fisted?
He's heavy-fisted, but at the same time, he has a proper range. You move 1 inch out of Michael Moore's range, and then his power disappears. Melvin Foster seems to be right in that range.
Moore going to the body and then up and under with the uppercut. He hurt Foster briefly with an uppercut in the first round. Right hand over the top here, stops Foster's punching, and Moore intelligently works to the body to try to bring Foster out of the peekaboo.
I think very intelligently going to the body.
Melvin Foster has never been knocked down in 21 pro fights. Crowd appreciates Moore's hard work against the ropes, and you can see the effects of his schooling with Teddy Atlas as he tried to finish by working to the body.
That's right. And when you don't finish a fighter like that, and you're really early into the fight, you go back to what you was doing before you caught him. You just can't decide, okay, now I'm going to try for a knockout again. You got to build it all up as though you never hurt him before. And that's what happens when a guy gets back after a knockout. He panics once he doesn't have his way quickly.
Foster unloading a right hand, and Moore made him pay with a right in return. Foster lands a left, but Moore comes back with a 4-punch combination.
Don't talk, fight.
And there's the best combination of the fight so far for Foster, and the crowd responds.
And what has happened, Moore has allowed the crowd to get into this thing, which he should never happen. That affects a fighter.
You let him do whatever he wants. Now get back to him. You gotta take the jump on him. You can't wait to throw. Breathe in nice and cool. Short with your punches.
I got it in.
Now you got to punch with 2 hands. You can't punch
Here
with
is
1 hand.
Moore going at Foster on the ropes. I had the sense here that Foster was playing a little possum, looking to land a right hand, but he's going to be a hurting possum if he keeps this up. And here at the end of the round, the flurry by Foster.
Round 3, Michael Moore against Melvin Foster. Moore outlanded Foster 34-15 by punch stat numbers in round 2. And Moore has been fairly busy here. He threw 69 punches in the second round. That's well above the heavyweight average. So Michael Moore back to work with serious purpose in his first return to the ring since having lost the heavyweight title by knockout to George Foreman.
Now, what Moore should do now, get his wind back by jabbing. Set everything up with the jab. Forget about that finish. This guy's not going to go down in the 3rd round. Just jab, get your wind back, and keep him in the middle of the ring.
Good quick jab there by Moore after he blocked a Foster jab against his gloves.
Foster's a durable kind of guy that you don't want to waste a lot of energy on when he's leaning against the rope. He concedes that I'm going to get hit, I'm going to get hurt, and I'm against the rope. Get him outside in the middle of the ring where you can really put a whipping on him, and he has to do something.
Moore snapped Foster's head back with a right hand over the top. We saw him do that against Foreman so many times as he piled up points in that fight before getting knocked out in the 10th.
And Melvin Foster was able to land a straight right to the chest of Michael Moore. And that you don't want to happen. You don't want a guy touching your chest.
Foster landing to Moore's head. Moore was elusive in round 1. Since he settled down and punched harder in the next 2 rounds, he's become an easier target for Foster to hit.
That's true. Moore should be advised to stay in the middle of the ring. This guy's durable. Don't waste your energy up against the rope. He's intending to go the distance. Probably will. If you catch him, get him outside in the middle of the ring.
Foster claims he was able to spar with several southpaws this week to get ready for Moore. You see any signs that Foster's trying to do anything different against the southpaw, George?
Not at all. He's standing his ground. He's withstanding the punishment that Michael Moore puts on him. And he's saying, I'm going to hit you back sooner or later. But his mouth is wide open, which means he's not breathing well.
Okay, break, step back, step back.
If Melvin Foster had stuck with his original plan, he'd be vacationing in Palm Beach right now. That's where he was headed when he learned about the opportunity to take this fight. Closing seconds of the round. Foster flurried in the second. He tries to flurry again here and gets caught with a right hand for his trouble.
At the end, you hurt him. I'm going to say something very calm, but very firm. Let your hands go. Don't save them for where we came from, the dressing room. Okay? And listen, give him some water.
Fight going back. You cannot fight. Going back, you can't do it. You gotta punch with a 2 fucking hand now. You gotta get rough. But move your face. Move your face. You're waiting a little too long. To throw.
Go away. Don't get tense and don't panic with it. And put it out of your mind. Now listen, I want you stepping in with that jab. He should not dictate the pace to you and start getting brave. Do you understand that? He looked like he was weltering, and then all of a sudden you started getting tentative with the jab. Do not do.
Take yourself to plan.
Already up there. Take your time. Stay calm. Be calm.
You gotta take a jump for the guy. You gotta
the
take
third punch. Come on. After the left hand, come back to the hook.
Melvin Foster is a cutie, and he can fight a little. And this is a nice test for Michael Moore. Harold, Your score after 3 rounds from Harold Letterman.
Larry, 30-27, 3 rounds to nothing, Michael Moorer. Larry, I've got him ahead. He's getting off first. He's moving forward. He's throwing more punches and landing harder shots. He's the effective aggressor, Michael Moorer. But I'll tell you something. Melvin Foster showed us at the end of the 2nd round that he certainly has a great jaw and a lot of guts and the ability to fight back.
I scored the last round even.
Melvin Foster's mouth wide open as he sucks for air in the middle of round number 4. He thought he was in great shape for this after fighting as recently as 15 days ago. And Moorer drives him back into the ropes with a hard left-hand shot.
Really smart of Moorer not to follow him into the ropes. This guy's greedy. He likes fighting up against the ropes, so keep him in the middle of the ring.
Now Moorer comes into the corner, and Foster ties him up.
The hardest thing in the world is to bring a guy to the middle of the ring without allowing him to think that you're backing away from him. And that's where you take a lot of experience. How do I get this guy to the middle of the ring without it making him think he's making me get back? In the middle of the ring, Moorer has a lot of room to jab, hook, and move around.
So what's the strategy for maneuvering him back to the middle of the ring without giving him the impression you're backing up?
You just got to make him think he's pushing you back. There you go. He did it correctly then. Go all the way back to the middle. Let him come after you.
So you see Moorer getting better as a fighter.
If he can continue this kind of strategy, he's better. But if he throws too much of his energy away when this durable guy is on those ropes, then he's sitting duck.
Good jab in the middle of the ring by Moorer. Able to beat Foster to the punch most of the time. Foster shows a little hand quickness of his own.
If Moorer is going to jab, if he's going to jab at all, he's got to move one direction or another. You just can't jab and wait for him to do something.
Straight up the middle for Foster with a straight right hand. Classic tactic against a southpaw. Hard right hand by Moorer, and Foster puts up the guard as though he was hurt. And Moorer goes in to try to finish it. Once again, goes to the body to start off.
He's making a mistake. He don't want to finish in that fashion. He hurt him about midway in the ring. Keep it there.
Now Foster regains his balance. Foster's going to have to be busier than this if he's going to have a chance to win rounds against the more precise puncher, Michael Moorer.
Sit down, Mel. Sit down. Sit. You're waiting for him too long. You're waiting for one punch. You cannot wait for one punch. You got to rough this guy. You got to move that head. You got to move. You got to beat him to the punch. You got to take the jump with the guy.
You all right?
I want you to step in with the jab. He has no answer. And when you can hit him with 2, don't hit him with 1. Give him a little more. Tip it up. Don't hit him with just 1 when you can hit him 2. Got it? All right? And don't let him start touching you with the slow jab, because then he's getting you in range.
We watched Michael Moorer playing solitaire on a computer yesterday, and here you see him playing solitaire on Melvin Foster. There's the right later in the round that really hurt Foster.
Round 4, a dominant one for Moorer by punch stat numbers. He nearly doubled Foster in punch output. He landed 35 blows to only 8 for Melvin Foster. So the momentum of the fight shifting a little bit more dramatically in Moorer's favor as we go into round 5.
The good thing about it, if Moorer can remember where exactly he was when he was able to land those decisive punches. It didn't happen when this guy back was against the rope.
Foster cues referee Terry Smith to give Moorer a warning for the low blow, and Smith obliges.
Even though the blow looked like it was right on the border.
Moorer with that quick jab, landing twice to Foster's face.
And let me tell you, that jab around your eye start to mess your vision up real quick. I know about that.
You were not unmarked in that fight, George.
Oh, I was not. But Moore was able to get in a straight left this time for the change.
Moore attacking with the jab, just leaping forward here. He doesn't have to feint, dip the shoulder, or make any subtle moves to get that jab in. He's just throwing.
That's right, and he's very smart thus far, but he's getting a little dumb now. You don't want this guy. Let him off the rope. Let him follow you around in the middle of the ring. That's right. You don't want to waste your energy on durable guys who only can get the crowd into a fight.
Okay, break.
He can win this fight with this jab, but how much do we want to impress his audience out there by getting a knockout?
George, you spent months touring with Moore, promoting your battle in Las Vegas last November. You're bound to have gotten to know him even better than might have just been the case if you had fought against him in the ring. How did you know that he would make the mental error that he made against you?
Well, it's not that I knew anything. I'm just so much older and wiser. I've been down the same road that he's traveling now, and you know every curve. And I know what he's driving and how much speed, what's the limit. I know every trick, or how much pull them on me.
Moore chasing Foster into the corner again and attacking with a left uppercut. Now Foster pushes him away, and Michael intelligently regains his balance and comes back to the center of the ring.
And he can do this all night and win effectively. A knockout comes if you apply yourself constantly. You don't have to go press and make a knockout. And that southpaw, you don't know where that jab is coming from. He's on the opposite side of you.
Pretty good right hand after the bell by Moore.
Didn't mean any harm.
Sit down. Protect yourself at all times. Nothing for granted. Don't let up even though the bell rang. You hear me?
Don't worry about them boos.
You keep your hands up. He didn't know nothing about them. Don't, you hear me? Do not let up and take for granted when the bell rings that you can let your hands down. Make sure you're at the right distance. Now listen, don't let him keep getting set. Here, give me that. Here, put your head back. All right, now listen. You're waiting for him to get set.
And as one former heavyweight champion plies his trade against Melvin Foster, still to come tonight, Lennox Lewis, another deposed former heavyweight champion, getting ready to go against Lionel Butler, the second of our two main events on this doubleheader from Sacramento.
I used the metaphor before of the kid who falls.
Getting ready to go against Lionel Butler, the second of our two main events on this doubleheader from Sacramento.
I used the metaphor before of the kid who falls off the horse and gets right back on, and Lennox Lewis taking on a big puncher.
Fox.
That last round, Michael Moore looked like he was leading a pony around the ring. That was the first time that I thought Foster really looked mismatched.
Foster again looking to the referee for help, and this time Terry Smith says, keep fighting, Melvin. And again, Moore whips that uppercut through the middle of Foster's guard.
And note, everything good happened for Moore.
There goes the mouthpiece.
Okay, stop.
When he's far away from those ropes.
Now this timeout is so that Foster can put his mouthpiece back in. Go ahead, George.
His corner should be well advised to tell him, stay away from those ropes. Nothing good is happening for you there.
Moore's power beginning to become a factor in the fight. You see Foster often going off balance when Moore lands.
That's true.
Okay, break,
Moore is using that right jab very good. The thing you want to do, if you're a puncher at all, you want your opponent coming to you as much as you can. You don't want to be chasing him. It takes too much of the effects off your punch. A good right to the body by Foster that time.
Yeah, but rare aggression at this point. Foster seems increasingly slow to want to move forward against Moore because he's paying a price most of the time.
As a fighter, you want things to happen in a circular fashion. You circling with short, step and a half move. Action out in the middle of the ring, and Moore is doing a good job of keeping things like that.
He took a straight right hand to the mouth there from Foster, one of Foster's best punches, and now Moore comes back with a left, and Foster stops punching again, and Michael steps in.
Michael is well advised to get right back into the middle, do it all over again.
He did. He backed back out to the center of the ring.
You can't finish a durable guy like this.
Hard left hand by Foster. He's having by far his best round all of a sudden. Moore missing. Foster looking for another chance to counter. He came alive in these last 45 seconds.
Moore stopped his jabbing. Once you stop jabbing, it gives the guy an opportunity to jump around and do something good for himself. And a lot of times you hurt a guy, what else can he do but try to hit you?
Got a jab like Michael Moore's, you've got to remember to keep sticking with it, right?
Stick with the thing that's winning.
Sacramento, California provides the most aggressive 10-second warning to be found anywhere in boxing.
Melvin Foster's right hand is hurting him.
I thought he hurt him at the end, hurt himself at the end of that round when he hit Moore on top of his head.
He's all right. Open him out. Melvin, you're waiting. Every time you throw with the two hands, you do damage. You must get this guy going back. You've gone too much from the outside. You gotta read him and take the jump first. You're not taking the jump. You're waiting. Don't wait.
Come on, listen to me.
Melvin, this means a lot to us.
Means a lot to you.
Understand?
Come on.
You're losing mostly of the round. I'm gonna tell you now.
I want you to move more to your right, this way. Look, this way. This is your right. Let's move more there away from it. Look, don't ignore the left hook and know your distance, you know? And don't let him touch you with the slow left where all of a sudden he hits one right hand. All right? And follow your shots up. You're hitting them with the left hand off the jab, but you're not following with the hook. Step forward and stay in there when you're supposed to. Come on. Give me a dirty towel.
Round 7 of a scheduled 10.
Harold Letterman, after 6 rounds, how do you see it?
Larry, Michael Moore with a commanding 6-0, 60-54 lead. Larry, I think that Melvin Foster is just fighting too defensively. I mean, he's really fighting a defensive fight. He should be in there throwing a lot of punches. Every time he does land a good shot, he never follows it up. Michael Moore is certainly getting off first, carrying the fight to Foster, landing the better shots and more shots.
And at the end of round 6, both Larry Merchant and George Foreman thought that Melvin Foster had hurt his right hand. So we'll watch carefully to see how often he throws it here in round 7.
When I would use that crossover style, I tried intentionally to make the guy hurt his hand. And when I did, I'd stay over on that side that the hand is hurting. I'd stay over there.
I'm curious in this round, fellas, to see whether Moore is going to follow Teddy Atlas's instructions to move to the right, because he didn't do it when he fought you, George. He does seem to be circling more to the right now.
Moore was able to push him back, so that shows he has some strength. Every now and then you got to gauge yourself like that.
And the referee asked him not to do it again, but I'm not sure Michael was paying any attention. Right hand shot by Moore there. Foster has not thrown a right hand in the round with any conviction. Now he paused with the uppercut. But Moore increasingly has freedom to do as he wants here in the middle of the ring in round 7.
Hardest thing for a puncher to do sometimes is just to go out and win a fight. Forget knocking the guy out. If he's not going to get knocked out, just win. Moore should think about that now.
Break. Come on, break.
And as they clinch, Moore lands a left hand that causes Foster to wince and back up.
But you know, George, this doesn't appear to be the fight of a hungry young comer, a future champion. This is the fight of a guy who lost the title and is now out there trying to get himself anchored again. He doesn't seem to have that fire that we did see in many of his fights coming up.
Yeah, once you're knocked down, especially when you're undefeated, things change. And you've got to really kind of reckon yourself again and think, hey, maybe I could get knocked out any time now. So it causes you to be a little elusive for the first 4 or 5 bouts out.
And as the crowd begins to boo, Moorer loads up a left-hand shot and tries to quicken the pace of the thing, but Foster backs up again. It's a crowded heavyweight division, George. Public appeal is important. Your big advantage is that you have more public appeal than the other heavyweights. How important is it for Moorer to be spectacular and get some knockouts?
It's important for him to be spectacular for the recognition, but it's important that he be very cautious now because he's dealing with a Michael Moore that he's never known before.
You're not throwing. You let him, the guy, be the boss. He cannot be the boss. He's the boss because you're not throwing. Stop moving the hands and get rough. Get the 2 hands going. You throw one punch and you pull him back. You cannot throw one punch and pull back. You must throw the 2 punches.
We're going to rewind back to round 6, where Foster hit Moore on top of the head, and there you could see how he winced. But we've checked with Victor Valley, and he tells us that no, his hand doesn't hurt that much.
Let's get going.
But maybe Foster is lying.
I would.
Do fighters lie to their trainers, George?
Yeah, sometimes you got to say everything.
All right, come on. Maybe I'll give you a scoop. Let's go.
Moore stood up that time.
Well, if you're a punch-stat aficionado, it's worth pointing out that Foster's landed only 21% of his recorded blows in the bout, and Moore is more than doubling that rate. So again, Michael Moore, by far the more precise puncher, and Melvin Foster is simply not doing enough to disrupt him and give himself a chance to win.
Melvin Foster has this great ability to recover really quick from a hard punch. I've seen him before. You hit him hard, you think he's hurt, then he recovers. He was able to land a good right hand that time.
And now Foster throwing the right hand with aggression again, so maybe Valley's telling the truth when he says there's nothing wrong with it. And a Foster combination inside allows him to out-punch Moore in that exchange. Left hand against the face by Moore. And now a hard right hand backs Foster up. Crowd responds as Moore reaches Foster with that punch, but he got him at the end of the punch when there wasn't as much power in the blow.
Most importantly, Moore was able to get back outside and get off those ropes.
Moore looking for an opening to the body.
Moore should get off the rope.
Break, sit back, sit back.
Let him have his way out in the middle of the ring.
And referee Terry Smith helps him with that. Foster with a kind of seeing eye right hand over the top, and now there's a quicker right hand.
Okay, break, sit back.
Oldest tactic in the book is to try to use those right hand leads against the southpaw, and Foster's been working that angle here in round 8.
Sit back.
But as usual, Moorer appears to be landing the heavier punches.
Moore has to be careful walking in with his hands down.
Foster attacks and leaves himself open. Moorer lands. But Foster takes a punch pretty doggone well.
Yes, and he lays on those ropes, inviting you to exchange so he can recover and hit you.
Ooh, there's a hard right hand by Moore and a hard left in return by Foster.
Pretty good round.
Hey, the next round back, you want to sit down? Huh? Hey, give me a good round. You got 2 rounds left. Stay real alert. Walking behind your jab, but alert, moving your head. You understand? He's reduced to trying to tie you with something. And stop fighting in spots. If I want one thing, Michael, can I have one thing? Can I have one thing? Take your water. Come on, quit shutting the water. All right, give me one thing. When you're in good position, throw 3 or 4. Stop throwing 1 and then stopping to see if he's hurt before you continue. In other words, if you grab the jab, you throw the left hand, come back with the hook. And when you're inside, don't let him con you. Stay in there. You don't want to on him. Just dip a little bit to make sure the punch.
Foster took this fight trying to collect some lightning in a bottle, see what would happen early in his career, but right there he's getting the lightning on his chin instead. He's also getting $150,000 for taking this fight on short notice, obviously by far the largest purse of his career.
By punch stat numbers, the 8th was Foster's best round, but Moore still had slightly better numbers. And now Foster trying to bring some aggression at the beginning of round number 9, and 2 straight combinations land for him.
This happened because Moore was able to stop jabbing totally. You pick up your jab and you stop all these things. Foster's got one chance to get the crowd into it, get Moore over-relaxed, and land a lucky blow.
Crowd here clearly loves the underdog. They responded to Foster early in the fight, and they continue to respond at the moments when he shows something. Maybe Moore's just a hard contender to love.
Break.
Well, he's so powerful, and he's been a champ of the world. You expect so much more of an ex-champion. So the crowd have a way, if you don't do it, we'll just cheer for the other guy to do it.
You're exactly right, George. This is by far the game of expectations more than any other event. And when a fighter either does better than he's expected or not as well, the crowd and everyone else in the arena responds in one way or another.
Foster and Moore are chatting with each other there as Foster backed up from a Moore combination.
Moore's being very cautious about letting out too much energy. It seems like he's trying to save himself for the last round. Teddy Atlas is telling him one thing, the Moore is doing totally different things.
Do you think Foreman's knockout of Moore has made the former champion a more cautious fighter than he ought to be?
I'd like to use the word more intelligent.
So you give him credit for it?
I do, because you're in a business where a guy 200 pounds, no matter what his record is, he can hurt you. You throw your energy away, he's still there, he's going to get you.
At the beginning of his heavyweight career, it looked as though Michael Moore would be a wild destroyer. He was in a lot of wars, most notably the Burt Cooper bout, which was a slugfest from beginning to end. But against Evander Holyfield, April 22, 1994, and winning the championship, he showed the clinical technicianship that many believed he couldn't possibly produce. And he was showing more cool clinical technicianship for 9 rounds before getting knocked out in the 10th by Foreman. There's a hard left hand, and again, Foster takes it well.
And he pushes him off wisely. You let those guys lay on you, and then he end up just slapping you and getting the crowd back into it.
Good short right hands, 2 of them, to punctuate the last 10 seconds for Moore.
What a good round. All right? Now listen, it's the last round. The only thing I don't like, the only thing I don't like is when he's not doing nothing, you're not doing nothing. You know what I mean? You let him bullshit you. He tells you, he leaves you alone, you leave him alone. And then he's going to get brave and fight in spots.
Once he's going back, he can't do a fucking thing. You're waiting too long. You must move in. This is your only goddamn chance. You're not using the 2 hands. You're only using one and you're pulling back. The minute you pull...
Don't reach in with nothing. You understand? Be alert at your right distance. But let's work off that jab. Now you hit him with a good left hand, you don't come back with the hook.
All right, baby, this is another round. So this guy is not that great. Believe me. Let's get going.
Outside, inside he don't punch. So keep working. He's smart coming in.
Last words from Atlas to Moore as the 10th and final round begins. Michael Moore has never had a knockout past the 9th round. And Melvin Foster has not been knocked out. In a couple of close decisions, Foster has shown a powerful desire to pick up the tempo and make a statement in the final round. Let's see if he tries to do it against Moore here.
I think Michael Moore is just happy to say, I'm back. I stood on my feet, made it through the fight. I'm back.
And when
that's
the fight
statement he wants.
When the fight is over, we'll have you give him a grade on that effort. Don't do it now, but at the end of 10, you're going to grade him on an A through F scale based on what you saw.
Foster is still trying to gamble and get in one hard shot.
Okay, break, step back, step back.
Moore's last fight before his title challenge against Holyfield was a dull clinical decision against Mike Evans. That one was considerably more one-sided than this one, but this is yet another performance that isn't likely to arouse a lot of great kudos for Moore, but it is likely to add another win to his record.
That's right.
Good 1-2 combination, right and left hand by Moore. He follows the badly hurt Foster in, and let's see if he can finish. And Foster's head clears again momentarily, and Moore jumps into attack. His legs are a little wobbly still, George.
The referee asked him was he okay. He should have gave him a standing out 8 count.
Step back.
Can he close the show? Can he close the deal?
This can be stopped any time if Terry Smith is interested.
You okay?
Or we can watch Foster take 20 more seconds of punishment and reach the bell. And it looks as though Smith is going to deem Foster clear-headed enough to finish the fight. But Moore will have made his statement here in the 10th round.
To go 10 rounds with a former heavyweight champion is a great, great feat.
Crowd boos, and I'm not sure that the fight deserves that. It was a gutty effort by Foster. It was another piece of clinical technicianship by Moore.
I do agree. It was a great fight by Michael Moore. He's back now.
Not let him off the hook. Will you?
Is he back big enough, George, for you?
I would like to see Michael Moore have another 2 or 3 10-rounders like that to get his confidence back. And I think this guy could take the title from anybody. But right now,
can he take it from you, George? You have a return bout contract.
You know that's strange. That's strange.
What's strange?
That's strange.
John Davos, Moore's manager, constantly points out that he has a return bout contract with you.
You know something? I think a Michael Moore-George Foreman fight should be the only fight that I'm interested in right now. I really do believe that.
It's a fascinating thing for you to say.
But then there's a German who's calling me for Berlin.
I think there are a lot of people who would like to see you fight them both. Harold, how did you have it scored?
Jim, 10 rounds to nothing, 100 to 89. Michael Moore. I gave Michael a 10-8 round in the 10th. I mean, the referee was close to stopping it. Michael nearly had him out. Melvin Foster, much too defensive. The 2 real good rounds of the fight were rounds 2 and 8 when Melvin Foster fought back, flurried a little bit, and gave us a little action.
Harold, not even you and I could disagree very much on this fight. I did score a couple of rounds as 10-10 even rounds, but it was obvious what was going on here.
Well, Michael Moore has established that he is a world-class fighter and to be reckoned with for the heavyweight championship of the world, in my book. He's back.
Otherwise, you allow the guy to have an opportunity later on.
Atlas still teaching.
To land something on you.
Even as we await the final decision.
So don't give me that crap. When you're supposed to be, no, but you know what I mean. Yeah. When you're supposed to be inside throwing punches, and he can't throw and he's covered up, don't go outside. What are you going outside for? See what he looks like? You saw him at the freaking weigh-in.
There was a time when Moore's critics thought he wouldn't continue a relationship with a trainer who talked to him the way Atlas does. And final punch stat numbers show the numerical dominance of Moore in the fight, landing half of his attempted blows against exactly 1/4 a landing percentage for Melvin Foster. Now let's go up to the ring announcer, Jim Hall, for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous decision. All three judges, Dave Nelson, John Shorley, and Marshall Walker, score it 99-91 in favor of our winner by unanimous decision, Michael Moorer.
And surely those boos reflect dissatisfaction that Moorer was not able to knock the man out. I cannot imagine there's anybody here who actually believes that Foster won the fight. So Moorer extends his record to 36 wins, 1 loss. And George Foreman, first of all, a grade for Moorer, A through F. What do you give him?
Well, Moorer wanted to prove, hey, did I get knocked out or am I finished? He's proven that he isn't finished. And I grade him for intelligence, A #1. He's proved something to me that I don't want to get him in the ring too soon.
John Davamos points out once again that there's a return bout clause in the Moorer-Foreman contract. Are you going to do that next? Are you going to take the Schultz fight in Germany? What's going to happen?
Well, a lot has to do with the ratings now. We're going to look to see what the ratings and what they demand for me to do. Then I'll consider. But rightfully enough, I want to let Moore have his hour tonight. He has proven for a fact that he's back. He can take a shot, and he knows what to do in the middle of the ring.
And all things being equal, you would like, as a man, to honor your return bout contract with him.
Well, I would like to get him into the ring because he gave me a chance. That's why I would like to give him a fight. He gave me a chance.
Well said. Larry, your final thoughts on this?
I don't know, give him a grade of B-, or on a scale of 10, 6.5. He did what he had to do. I don't think it was a thrilling performance, but he's not always a thrilling fighter. He needs somebody who's willing to come in and take chances with him and punch him. And at that point in time, he's a counterpuncher who shows what he can do. Melvin Foster fought a clever fight, tried to do the best he could, but he wasn't always there to be hit. Michael Moorer is still one of the best heavyweights out there. Somebody who comes in the ring and actually tries to beat him is always in danger of getting nailed by that right hand.
All right, you've seen the first half of our heavyweight doubleheader. Still to come, another former heavyweight champion, Lennox Lewis, returning to the ring for the first time since his loss by second-round technical knockout to Oliver McCall last September. And Lewis will be going against the very dangerous Lionel Butler, a 261-pound fighter who comes in tonight on the strength of 17 consecutive knockouts. Meanwhile, the next big event in the heavyweight division after tonight takes place 1 week from tonight, when Evander Holyfield will return to the ring in Atlantic City against Ray Mercer. Holyfield, of course, the former 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, who was regarded as having been retired because of a heart condition, now has medical clearance to come back to the ring, and he joins us live from Atlanta, Georgia. Champ, it's a pleasure to talk to you one more time, and I apologize in advance for a question that I know annoys you, but there are a lot of people in the general public who are still not clear on what your medical status is and why you are being sanctioned to fight again. Clear that up for them.
Well, I've been cleared by the doctors in Atlanta, the Emory Clinic and the Mayo Clinic. They don't see that there's any problem for me to go back in the ring. I've told people I'm healed, and only thing now is for me to perform. I'm sure that once people see me perform, then I guess they will give me their clearance.
Ray Mercer's had an up-and-down career, but when he's up, he represents a pretty tough opponent for a guy who has been away from the ring for 13 months, as you have. Why Mercer?
Well, I came back to show the people that I'm back, and I know that to come back with the average fighter, people would say, well, Evander wouldn't have to feel too good to beat these guys. So I felt that if I come back with a Ray Mercer or somebody, high quality Ray Mercer, then people would know that I'm back. And I'm not just in the game to just fight someone that I could beat, which I feel that I can beat them all. I want to fight the best fighter. I'm trying to get to the track that I can get the championship fight as quick as possible.
Do you have a plan for after the Mercer fight, or do you have to see how you perform in this one and answer some questions for yourself before you know what the path ought to be?
Well, I feel that I shouldn't have no problem here. I truly feel that I'm going to look impressive, and I look forward to fighting a championship fight. Either the 3 champions out there, either red or bow. It don't make any difference. I wanted to get out there and get me on title by 1996.
Of course, you're just as qualified as George Foreman to comment on Michael Moorer, having done 12 rounds with him yourself. Care to give Moorer a grade and an evaluation on his comeback fight tonight?
I feel that it takes 2 people to fight. Michael Moorer came to fight, and the other guy, he fought a very defensive fight. It's hard to fight a defensive fighter. I think you can give him a B. He did what he could.
All right, Evander, thanks very much for your time. You are a classy guy as always, and we wish you the best of luck as you come back to the ring after 13 months away.
Thank you.
All right, Evander Holyfield coming back to the ring. I'm sure, George, that you'll agree that that's good for the sport for Evander to come back.
Well, I think he's going to have a lot of fun, but that's a tough guy he's going up against. I wouldn't just come out of the from under the blankets and fight him.
Let's get ready for Lennox Lewis against Lionel Butler. Before his knockout at the hands of Oliver McCall, you used to say that Lewis, because of his size, his athletic talent, his punching power, ought to be the best of the young heavyweights. You still feel that way?
I still believe that. This guy's got a lot of talent. I don't think he's let it all hang out. He's had trainers to get in there and try to teach him too much, and they've really hurt him a lot more than they've helped him. I think this guy's got a lot of potential. We haven't seen the best of him yet.
All right, well, that's what Lennox Lewis's handlers are hoping for. Of course, before you go away from George, let me ask him one more question. New trainer for Lewis, Emmanuel Stewart. You think it'll make any difference?
Lewis is going to be a great fighter, but I don't think it's going to have anything to do with his trainers. It's going to happen upstairs with Lewis. When he make up his mind that I'm a good fighter, I'm an Olympic champion, I can do it. Trainers help me do what I want to do.
One thing you have to admire about Lewis, he's willing to fight tough opponents. He's got another one tonight in Lionel Butler. Now, Larry, you pointed out at the top of the show that there was a standby fighter here, Ray Annis, in case for whatever reason Butler didn't make it to the ring. What in the world is the story on Lionel Butler?
Well, it won't appear on the back of a Wheaties box, I can assure you of that. And that's not because of a misspent youth, much of which was spent in prisons, nor the fact that, in a way, in and out of the ring, he resembles Mike Tyson. It's because Lionel Butler has a drug problem. Only a year ago, he was suspended because he couldn't pass a drug test by the California Boxing Commission. He doesn't deny all of the stories about him having drug problems. A member of his entourage has said that his training camp was really Camp Crack. After knocking over people left and right with lefts and rights, he suddenly disappeared about a year ago, and nobody knew what to make of that one either. So he is some kind of a dangerous cocktail of aggression, of real punching power. And in a sense, Jim, he's a tougher opponent, at least going into the fight for Lennox Lewis, than Oliver McCall looked going into their fight.
Says a lot when you consider what McCall was able to do to Lewis. So another question mark to pop up in the Lennox Lewis career, which abounds with question marks, most of them about the fighter himself. Can he, once and for all, unleash all of that enormous potential and become the great fighter so many of us thought he could be?